Yes, keep the point. Keep the point. Don't use that ultimate yet. Oh, today we make a cereal commercial. Oh, come on.
This is how we do it.
All ready for breakfast?
Yep.
Why not try Pull My Focus?
No thanks. I'll stick with my brand.
Hope you're hungry.
Oh, I'm starving.
Good, because you'll have to eat 4 bowls of competing YouTube videos to get the same amount of rich information packed in 1 bowl of Pull My Focus.
4 bowls? Well, that's just f***ing ridiculous.
Pull My Focus has 100% of the recommended amount of inside tips to making great digital video. It takes 4 bowls of those other channels to get that.
Wow. With Pull My Focus, I can get the information I need quickly, so I have time to do the housework and make myself look pretty for when my husband gets home from work.
What? What are you talking about?
It's the 70s.
Oh. Pull My Focus. 1 bowl, 100%.
Welcome to Pull My Focus, Adventures in the World of Digital Filmmaking. Today we're starting a new segment of the show called How We Do It. And this is where we shoot a little scene and then we show you how we do it. Plain and simple. The first things first, somebody has to write it. So what I did was I looked on YouTube, of course, for old classic 1970s commercials. And I found a couple that I really loved from the old Total commercial ads.
1 ounce of Total has 100% of the recommended daily allowance of all these important vitamins and iron.
So that's the video style that we wanted to kind of imitate, but of course we wanted to update it a little more and make it a little silly and brand it to us. The hard stuff, the cereal, because there's no such thing as Pull My Focus cereal. So we decided to look at services that created cereal boxes. And yeah, we could get a Pull My Focus cereal box created if we had a minimum order of 250. Okay, we don't need 250 Pull My Focus cereal boxes. We only need like 2. So the next thing you're gonna do, right, is think about, okay, creating it on your own. So, I'm not terribly good at Photoshop, but my buddy, a buddy of the show, Paul Marino, is an amazing graphic artist. He's also an amazing CG animator and such and such and such. Friends, they're awesome. So I sent him an email and said, hey, we need a Pull My Focus cereal box. So boom, in the next couple of days, he delivered it right to me. And this is pretty much the design he came up with. We altered it a little bit, changed it to our brand. I had to create the side and the top, any part that will be seen by the camera. Once that's done, how do we get it on the box? Well, I started collecting cereal boxes a long time ago. Because you want to make a couple of hero props. This is our hero right here. This is the money maker right here. So I made a couple of these in case something goes wrong, you want another one for a backup. Fortunately for me, I didn't print it on paper. My wife happened to have some 8.5 by 11 stickers, like printer paper that is an actual full sticker. She was making some stickers for the kids at school. So I was able to print out the entire sheet and then stick it right on the box. Boom. As you can see, that gives it this nice glow. There is a trick to it. So definitely, if you're gonna be creating your own props, definitely give yourselves plenty of time, okay? After that, we're ready. Now we just have to talk about production. So we had to find a nice location at my house for the scene because we shoot a lot of things out of our houses. There's some bay windows that work really nice. It gives that nice old school 70s look. So we decided to use that. Plus it gives us a lot of nice sunlight. Since Frank is the king of lighting, he set up our key, fill, and a rim light above the top, in addition to the light that's coming in the windows. Now we're using a lot of bounce light. We're gonna bounce some light off of some white walls so we can get some nice fill light going on. Other than that, it's our newer softbox, one of our fluorescent strips, and later in the shoot, we decided to add an eye light, which is one of our LED bars on a dimmer aimed right at the talent's face to give her a nice kind of glow. Otherwise, sometimes you end up with dark shadows on the face, and that's not what you want. For this shoot, we used our Canon C100 Mark II to shoot this sucker. We had it mounted on top of a Manfrotto slider, because we had a move where we pull the camera back slowly to reveal the extra bowls of cereal, and that needed to be silky smooth and nice. We also mounted all of that on top of our Manfrotto tripod, and we sent it out to an external monitor, an Atomos Ninja, so that I could watch the footage, but we also had a backup. We had two different versions, one recording on the C100 and one recording on the Ninja. And when we're together, Frank and I, we usually will use that as a backup. Also, the C100 has some nice scopes, but the Ninja has even more scopes, and I love scopes. I'm a scopes man. For miking, we use basically what I'm using right now, a Rode Link wireless lav kit. You know we love that, so that gets the voice nice and close to the talent, and we're all set. Our set's right here. We have a table, milk, orange juice, bowl of cereal, placemat, spoon, all ready for a lovely young lady to eat an elaborate cereal breakfast alone. Right.
It's a matter of getting your height, but also getting
The tablet.
the table.
Shh, I'm working.
Now's the time to run some tests. Courtney, who is our amazing talent, she always shows up and does the best job ever. That's why we love using her. So she comes over early before lunch and sits down in the chair so Frank can do some lighting, set up some props, figure out where the camera's gonna be, figure out what the lenses are gonna be. And then we're gonna shoot a little bit of footage before lunch, and we take that back to the office and have just a couple of discussions about where things should go.
Maybe one glass here, one glass there. I don't know. Maybe the milk is here.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the shot.
Yeah.
I would prefer the bowl here.
Actually, yeah, I grabbed the glasses because,
Yeah.
and then I was like, no, let's go to lunch because that could be filled right there. I also might want to try the toast. I'm not sure, but it might get too busy with the toast. And once that's done, we're going to sit down and look at the script, and Frank's going to give a little bit of direction for what the character Courtney is playing will do.
And try it out and see.
No, that makes sense to me. That's what I was gathering from when she was talking. She was talking to somebody else who was
Yeah.
like, and she totally reminded me of like a mom that was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I always get this.
I hadn't even actually noticed it. Like Frank noticed it. I didn't notice it.
Because it's like it's like mom, or maybe more like, because it's 70s, so it's like she's a businesswoman,
Right.
The way she's dressed. So, but it's more, and she's Jane Doe. She could be anybody.
Anybody. And everybody then relates to her.
Yeah. All right. So.
One thing you gotta do is you gotta keep them fed.
That is true.
Actually, we didn't eat cereal. We ate actual food.
He ate chicken.
We ate chicken, but now
It's all. I didn't. Oh man. It's all.
So where we at right now? We ready to shoot?
We are ready to shoot. So what we'll do is we'll do a run through and of timing everything.
I need my script.
Yeah.
Now that we had a hearty lunch and hair and makeup is done by Courtney herself, since this is a 3-person operation, we just have a few other notes from the director.
Hi.
Yeah. So she's pleasant. She's like, and again, it's as if, hey, I pulled you off the street and said, you want to be in a commercial? You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no, I like this series. So you're pleasantly surprised. And then, and that way, when you give the, that's fucking ridiculous. It's like, what? There's the shock there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, one thing we can't stress enough is time management. Make sure you have plenty of time to do whatever scene you want to do. Now, this scene ended up just being 2 shots. One is a master shot and one is an insert shot of the cereal box. But we made sure to have plenty of time to do those 2 shots. For example, we wanted some different variations of things, and actually there's some variations that we didn't even know we wanted. We went in thinking that Courtney was going to look off camera at the person who was giving the speech about pull my focus cereal. And we went in thinking that was going to be perfect, and we shot a little bit of that. And then we looked at it, and then we were like, that's not what we want. Maybe she should look at the camera. So we tried that, and that actually worked. We were like, oh, looking at the camera actually makes us feel better about the scene. And it's something that we maybe wouldn't have discovered if we didn't have enough time. Another thing that we actually planned and we made sure to have time for is to show you guys the difference between a practical pull of the camera, a zoom and tilt of the camera, and a digital pull of the camera. So let's take a look really quick at that practical pull where we use the slider and the camera is physically moving backwards, revealing the extra plates in the scene. The other one is a practical move also, but it consists of a zoom and a tilt of the camera where we're basically zooming out from 40 millimeters to about 36 millimeters while tilting the camera at the same time. If you don't have a slider or some kind of way of moving your camera, that's a way you could do it. We ended up not using that. To pull off a move like that could be quite difficult since you're trying to do multiple things at the same time. The other option, and the last option, is to do it digitally in post. And here's what a digital pull looks like. This can sometimes be used as a safety. You didn't think that you wanted a digital pull, but now you do. We knew we wanted a real pull, so we didn't do it. But sometimes I'll do that with our videos where you slightly push into a move or slightly pull out of a move. But just remember that when you do these digital pulls, you lose that parallax of the actual camera moving through 3D space. So it's gonna look a little different. So it really depends on what you're going for. I'm not getting any sound in my headphones, so it's weird. But it should be working.
Say something, Courtney?
I say it's
Yeah, I'm
something
good.
and say
Yeah.
it wasn't something.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and then you're ready, and,
I am set.
okay, and action.
All ready for breakfast?
Yep.
Why not try Pull My Focus?
No thanks. I'll stick with my brand.
Hope you're hungry.
Oh, I'm starving.
Good, because you'll have to eat 4 bowls of competing YouTube videos to get the same amount of rich information packed into one bowl of Pull My Focus.
4 bowls? Well, that's just fucking ridiculous.
Pull My Focus has 100% of the recommended amount of inside tips to making great digital video. It takes 4 bowls of those other channels to get that.
Wow. With Pull My Focus, I can get the information I need quickly, so I have time to do the housework. And then I can make myself look pretty for when my husband gets home from work.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's the 70s.
Oh, Pull My Focus. 1 bowl, 100%.
And cut.
Was that person walking any
No!
And also, the
Oh.
slider that I hit the tension, it was a little too tight, so I couldn't start.
Post-production on this thing was pretty simple. We only had 2 shots, so I'll just give you some of the details. One of the things that I did was I was able to take one take from one half of the video and another take of another half of the video and use both of them. So there's that insert shot of the box in the middle. Those outside shots of the masters are actually 2 different takes. One of the performances was better than the other, I thought, so I used the 2. When you have more performances, you have more choices, people. That's how it works. One of the other things that I did was we were originally going to go with like a more retro look, but we spent so much time in set design and details that I didn't want to put like a dirty VHS look on it to just blow away all the details that we used. And it's an homage to that kind of commercial, so we don't really need to drill it down your throat that it's an old school commercial. Another thing is we use a service called Voice123, which is a great website to get our voice talent. And with Voice123, we were able to throw a script up, throw up a project, and many different voice actors would audition for the job, and then we were able to listen to all of them and then figure out which one was right for the task. So it came in really handy. We've used the service before. They're not sponsoring us at all, but we like the service, and so there you go. So that's it for today's show. Don't forget to check out pullmyfocus.tv for all our articles and videos. We'll see you again with another How We Do It. There's no way in hell I'm going to take a sip of orange juice with milk. The hell, man?
Hello.
Try.
How did they text in the 70s? It's not on Instagram. I don't know. I hit the button.